Great. And now I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen, guys.
I can see it, Anna.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Perfect. Um, so Indigenous Governance Awards, are on. So the applications are open. Now let's go through what we entail. A bit of housekeeping. If you can leave yourself in mute, and we'll leave the questions as at the end, as I asked. In this session, we may use the term Indigenous or Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander interchangeably. We do this at AIGI. When we say Indigenous, we often refer to the many nations of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples across the continent and islands that now we call Australia. But we acknowledge and respect that terms preferred in there are different terms preferred in different jurisdictions and locations. Yeah, just thought a disclaimer on language. So the Indigenous Governance Awards recognize and celebrate outstanding governance success from Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander organizations and groups, demonstrating self-determination, effectiveness, cultural legitimacy, innovation, and sustainability. So there are three award categories that you may fulfill. So the first one is category one. This involves non-incorporated organizations or groups. And then category two is small to medium incorporated organizations with an annual revenue under 1 million. And then category three are large incorporated organizations with an annual revenue of over 1 million. In regards to category one, these may involve groups or informal groups like association, committees, working groups, programs, elder councils, or other initiatives. Category one are non-directly incorporated or operating under any legislation. They're often operating at a community, regional, or national level. Unincorporated groups or that sit under an incorporated parent organization are still able to apply for category one as long as your governing body or decision makers is not the board of directors of the incorporated body that you sit on. Let's say if you're auspiced by a different organization. Category two and three, you must be incorporated under a legislation and operating either at a community, regional, or national level. For the category three applicants, you must be in existence for at least 3 years since January 2023. And your existence is not tied to incorporation. So this means that if your organization has changed your incorporation status since 2023, you're still able to apply if all the criteria are met. So, what's the eligibility criteria? So, your organization or group must be driven and owned by Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, who are determining the direction and are accountable for the outcomes. At least 51% of the governing body must be Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Applicants from previous applicants from different IGAs are encouraged to apply as long as you haven't been a previous winner. Eligible applicants should also have an established governance structure, such as a board, advisory group, or an equivalent decision-making body, to ensure accountability and representation beyond a single individual. An important note is Indigenous sole traders or privately owned businesses are not eligible for these awards. This is a little specification in terms of if your organization has multiple business arms, the application must be on behalf of the governing body responsible for that eligible entity, and the eligibility will be assessed only in relation to that governing body. Applications are not eligible if they involve only that privately owned or commercial business arm of the business, sorry, of the organization. So let's chat through the application. So the applications are open, um, and they will close at 11:50 AEST time on Friday, the 6th of March, 2026. So that's a key date. To start your application, I'm gonna share that link here so you can start your application from the portal from the from here. And basically, the awards portal is your go-to place for information. This is where you can find tutorial videos and information pack as key resources for your application.
You can also nominate organisations as well, but the nominations the closing date for nominations is the 20th of February. But the actual applications, if you're just going to, someone who just wants to apply, just in general, doesn't close till March the 6th.
Thanks, Charles. So here we have just a screenshot of what the portal looks like. So this is your home landing page. On the top here, you can select this red box, start application. That's when you can actually begin it. But here we have important dates. So applications opening and closing time. These have got 2024 dates, so please excuse that. But yeah, we basically from your own portals, there will be applications, key dates, the judging dates, and site visits dates. So we will be going through all these different sections here in detail, but also here's where you can find portal video tutorials. So these are great short videos that can help you, understand the portal better. This one here, the awards information pack, is a really key document. It's quite lengthy, but it has all things regarding eligibility, categories, judging, and also it has different tips for each different criteria under each category. So in that information pack, we've actually curated a list of resources for you under each category. And yeah, it's a really key document, so that's where you can download it. And then there is here a link to the Indigenous Governance Toolkit. This is AIGI's own governance toolkit, and that's where you can also find information. But I really recommend the awards information pack that will already have links to the governance toolkit, but we just leave those links handy for you, so for better guidance. So in terms of when you actually get your application started, there will be divided into the three different criterion, sorry, so self-determination, effectiveness, cultural legitimacy, sustainability, and innovation. So those are under each of these. Well, first of all, you'll be completing your organization's details like address, contact details. And then under each criterion, there will be specific questions and open room for you to type in your answers. And every criterion you can also, it has the ability for you to upload like supporting documents. Then after you fit all the criteria, there is also a site visit area where you can include your information when we head to the site visits part of the applications. So I will take you through that shortly. I thought I'll also point out that there is the help video here and also Reconciliation Australia's contact details. So at any point, you can also email that address, which I'll be telling you what it is shortly, because that one is from the previous year. So I'll give you the most updated one.
And we'll also have some staff as well on standby, just for if you do need to ring us at any stage. So just send an email through, and we'll send you the contact number for us.
Awesome. So let's go through some tips for answering each of the 5 criterion. So we recommend that you answer these questions clearly, and there is no need to be super formal about it. Simple language is fine. We mostly just want to understand how, in an example format. So give us lots of examples that help you explain the unique and effective ways that your organization or groups governs itself. You can also, like I mentioned before, you can provide supplement documents like governance plans, organizational structures, reports, media stories, newsletters. There's also an option to upload videos as well. So if you have links to, I don't know, YouTube videos or on Vimeo, or you have your own video files that support, in any way support your application, you can also upload those from the portal as well. There are examples provided in that information pack that I discussed with you. In that, those examples are based from previous IGA's finalists. And sorry, when I say IGAs, I mean Indigenous Governance Awards. This is just the acronym that we use more broadly. This info pack has lots of examples under each criterion, but also, learning from past finalists. So that we have the stories of success that you can head to as well, but it's all linked in that from that info pack. So the 5 criterion for your application for the IGAs are these 5. So starting from self-determination, this question asks about real decision-making power that you have or your group or your organization has that is held by Indigenous people, and decision-making processes that reflect the culture and values of your group, community, and region. So for this area here, we will be looking for descriptions for how your governance relies on, builds, and strengthens Indigenous authority and capacity over your affairs, resources, and futures. So basically, under each of these 5, in the information pack, we break it down into, there's a definition for what self-determination is, there is a guiding question, and then we've also included a range of questions to consider. So these are all guides that will assist you in, how to break down a big concept like self-determination. So, and this same format you'll find in the portal. So the portal, under each criterion, under each of these 5 criterion, you'll see it has a definition and it has a main question to answer. But within that, you can also break it down into different areas, because we know that all of these 5 criterion are quite large, big concepts. So let's break it down into clear examples and practical information so that we can understand better how your governance works. With number 2, so number 2 is effectiveness. So in this criterion, we want to hear about your organization or group's achievements. So we want to know about how you respond to your challenges, how decisions are made, so that you're ensuring your effective governance processes, systems, structures. With cultural legitimacy, or the role of culture, this response provides you the opportunity to talk about the work that you do that is strengthening culture. So this might be, it might include an example of how, what you do as an Indigenous organization that a non-Indigenous organization couldn't do as well. So it's really relating to, how you operate within your cultural system and how you are accountable to community, but also culture feeds into your processes. So think about all the aspects of your governance and how it reflects the culture of your community, the region, your members, and your stakeholders. The next one is innovation. So in here, we want you to tell us about how your governance thinks innovatively. So focus on telling us about what you do that is unique and how your governance reflects the needs of your members or local circumstances where you work. Consider examples that include ideas and practices that you've developed and how you've applied them. So this is not about how you've adopted an innovative governance system that sits outside, and you've just expected that communities adapt. This is more about how your own approach reflects your own relationships, networks, values, and ways of working. And finally, we have sustainability. So in here, when you answer these questions, consider detailing how you have planned for the sustainability of your governing body, as well as how your whole organization or group. So we want to read about how you intend to resource your activities and whether you have any plans to become self-sufficient. So like I said, under each of these 5, these were very vague. I mean, not vague, but very general words under each of these five, but these there's more specific breakdown of each of these under in your information pack, but also under the criterion. So definitely when you sit down and do your application, download the information pack, look at, compare in each question, whether you're category one, two, or three. You will want to look into your information pack. Okay, let's go through self-determination. There will be a definition, there will be some guiding questions, and then that's when you sit down and think, okay, how does this apply to our group or organization? The type of supporting documents that we suggest you could or recommend that you could include, if you have them available, of course, are newsletters, financial statements, budget statements, end of year statements. You may want to put board meeting minutes. You may want to even draw a map of your governance structure. So that we can understand how it actually works. And this, we often know that governance also comes in different tiers or different levels. So, if that is the case for you, definitely draw it out. That would be really helpful for us to, have that as well as your responses as really supplementing information. And if, in some cases you have media coverage, like, put it in the interviews that you've done, things like that. Definitely we want to know all of that. So I will head these to Charles. He will take
Yeah.
to this section
Okay,
of.
cool. Yep. So the judging process. So even though on the next slide it actually says that there's 4 steps, I'm just going to take you through the actual 3 stages of the judging process, which is the assessment and shortlisting. So obviously, we do have a panel that will be going through and shortlisting, and then we will be selecting our finalists. And once we've selected our 9 finalists, so 3 from each category, we'll be doing site visits, and it'll be 2 days per finalist. So basically, we're bringing our team to come and have a yarn with you, and you guys get to really show us, the judging panel, what you guys do there. It's always better that way. It's one thing to read about what an organisation does, but to experience it and go and have a look and be on country, and that it's a much we get a much better picture of what you do. And then the stage 3 is obviously the gala night and the winner of each category. But each finalist will be invited to that gala dinner. So yeah, that's and so what happens during the site visits as well is, we'll meet with the governing bodies, the staff, community, and other key stakeholders. There'll be some filming. This is all with your permission, obviously. Filming, photography, interviews, and yeah. So that's a little bit of what we will be doing. Again, this will be all done with your permission. And then, so now we'll get on to the gala nights. So I was at the last one, and it was actually a pretty cool atmosphere. But even before the gala, before the awards actually start, all finalists, there'll be 9 of you, will meet. It'll be an hour or 2 before the event even starts. So you'll get to mix, and you'll get to meet the other finalists. And I'll be doing introductions. I'll be there, and some other RA staff, and probably some AIGI staff. Sorry, acronyms again. RAs in Reconciliation Australia staff, and Australian Indigenous Governance Institute staff will be there, probably doing some introductions. And yeah, so you get to mingle with the other finalists and have a yarn and make some deadly connections, and then go on to the gala dinner, which is pretty cool. You get a pretty mad feed, and we also everybody gets to watch the videos, like the really small videos of what you guys do, and yeah, so there'll be lots of different RAP organisations there, as well as in Reconciliation Action Plan organisations. There'll be lots of them there that are going to be attending and watching as well. So you get a lot of exposure. So yeah, and I'll hand it back over to Anna.
Thanks, Charles. Yeah, that's right. We were both there at the 2024 gala night, and it was a very inspiring place to be. Like Charles said, I don't know if we mentioned, but there will be a total of 9 judges that will be, taking us through that judging process once the applications have been reviewed. So there will be a total of 9 judges. So then let's discuss the prices. So you're all going to put a lot of effort into these applications. Obviously, this, means a lot for your group or your organization. There will also be some rewards for the winners as well. Not only the winners, but the finalists, and including like the applicants, we will be providing some feedback into the applications on some form. So I think, regardless, the application process itself is a really rewarding experience because you get to really describe your governance systems and processes. So in regards to the prices, all the finalists, so there will be one finalist per category. So there will be a total of 3 finalists. All finalists will have an award to commemorate their achievements. So this award is received on the actual gala night. There will be travel and accommodation for 2 members to attend the gala awards. There will be a professional communications package, including photos and video footage. So what Charles was mentioning about some, in the final gala event, some, the winners or the finalists may they're basically, because during the site visits we come and we visit, like there will be a team of like RA, AIGI, there will be a video team, and we'll be basically chatting to, the decisions makers in your organization or any relevant people that you nominate that we should have a chat to. Basically, we will be covering this and creating some videos which you can use for your own, platforms too as well. But they will also be included in Reconciliation Australian and AIGI's platforms and media coverage. You will also receive a governance capacity building with us, the Australian Indigenous Governance Institute, and there will be lots of networking and partnership opportunities during the process too, or like towards the end specifically. Winners will also, under each category, will also receive a $20,000 prize in money, and this is to support the development of your Indigenous governance within your group or organization. So this is the contact detail in regards to, you have more questions that are more personalized to you, and head to this email address and contact us. So I just want to kind of revise the key dates here, just so we have them all clear in our head. So nominations closed on the 20th of Feb. Thank you for that, Charles. So yeah, 20th of Feb, that's when you can, if you want to nominate, so you may perhaps of a great group or organization doing incredible work and they're Indigenous led, you may nominate them. So you have until the 20th of February to nominate them. You can do this through the Reconciliation Australia's page. In terms of applications, so let's say you're here today, you came to understand how the application process works. Basically, anyone who chooses to complete the application has until the 6th of March at 11:50 p.m. AEST time. So the applications will be assessed and there will be some finalists announced around May 23. So that's the round, like the third round of reviews. And then following from May, from this date in May, so that's when the site visits will occur after that. So they will be happening between June and September of 2026. That will be the site visits. So the winners of each category will be announced at the event in November 2026. So I would love to hear from you if you have any questions. I have here some common questions that we've been asked before that I can quickly answer. We're doing really good with time. So how about I just answer these? These are very common questions that we have. These may be some of the questions that you have as well. But if they're not and you want to unmute yourself and ask questions, please go ahead. Let me go through each of these first and cover them. So the first question here is, can an organization apply for more than one category, or does it automatically include you for all the categories? So there will only be one category at a time. So you either are unincorporated group, so you're not under any legislation, you're not incorporated, or you're either an incorporated group, so that's small to medium size. You earn less than 1 million a year, or your category 3, you're incorporated and you earn your earning is over that. So you can either be one of those. Okay. Next question. Are regional councils eligible to apply? So local Aboriginal land councils and other Indigenous-led government statutory bodies are encouraged to apply if they meet the above criteria. Is an organization incorporated under the Corporations Act eligible to apply? So if an organization is incorporated, meaning they will be either applying for category 2 or category 3, they will be definitely under the Corporations Act or under the CATSI Act. So yes, the question would be yes. Some other incorporated bodies may be incorporated under state legislations, like including associations or cooperatives. These groups are also eligible as well. Question number 4, we are a small business. Are we able to apply? Unfortunately not. The applications are not eligible if you're privately owned or purely commercial purpose business arm. So yeah, that's not you wouldn't be eligible for this. This is another interesting question. So I'm a policy officer preparing the submission and just wondered if a sign off from the chair is enough. So yeah, basically we would if you have a representative from your governing body sign off on the application, that's enough, whether it's a chair, whether it's a CEO or another board member. The point of this question is to reiterate, like as long as you have the authorization and the consent from the group that you're applying on behalf, they're aware that you're applying and they really want to go ahead, that's totally fine. So yeah, we don't need everyone in your board to sign off on the application. Basically, a representative is enough. And do you prefer examples or explanations? So we prefer, I mean, examples is always really great to have examples, like clear evidence that of what you whenever you enter the responses. So I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and please let me know if there's any other questions that we can answer for you in these next 10 minutes. Yes, Sophie?
Hi. Sorry, just trying to find the right webcam. I don't usually use Zoom. I was just wondering, with the site visits,
Yeah.
our organisation, our board is sort of spread out around the country. Is that sort of negotiable on time? Because it would probably take a little bit for us to sort of get board members into town.
Yeah, absolutely. So the timing of the site visits will happen between June and September. So there is that big.
Oh, okay, so right, there's a few months.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you still got a bit of time. Yeah.
Yeah, so we could like coordinate it with a board meeting or something like that.
100%. So,
Yeah.
and that's why in the portal, you might have noticed there is a section to site visits. So that's where we would want to know that information
Okay.
as soon as you could, so that we could just organize and definitely time it properly.
The finalists will be announced in May, and the site visits aren't until between June and September anyway. So
Okay.
you will
Yeah,
have a bit
great.
of time.
Cool. Thank
We
you.
look forward to your application, Sophie.
Thanks.
Did anyone else have any other questions? We'd love to support in any way. I just missed to let you know, like Charles mentioned before, there will be a help desk that is actually going to open on the 2nd of February, and it will be open up until the 6th of March. So there's actually a phone number that you can ring. It's going to operate on the specific hours, but basically you could there will also be this as a support for you during the process as well. So to find the information, you can go to the reconciliation sorry, RA's website, so Reconciliation Australia website, and yeah, that's where you can find the number. But I mean, I can share it here. It's not open yet until the 2nd of Feb, which is literally in a few days. But I'm sending here the information. Great. Any other questions from anyone at all? Otherwise, we might wrap it up. We have recorded this session, so it will be available. Thank you all for joining. We have left you with the contact email that you can reach out to. Thanks for joining today. And yeah, good luck with the application and don't hesitate to reach out. And definitely don't forget to look into the information pack as well. It's a very handy resource. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Thanks, Anna.
Bye. Thank you.